Well, hi there, and welcome to a Sit With Me podcast. My name is Solène, and I am your host. Welcome to this brand new episode. Thank you for being here. Today, I'm coming to you in the spirit of greatness. I feel good. I feel at peace. I feel relaxed. I feel happy. These last few days, these last few weeks, I feel good. I don't know what to tell you. Life is lifing. Life is great. The sun is back. You know, summer tends to have that impact on me, but mostly because, so I've talked about it last week in episode 13 and 14. I am launching the UNYP Unleash Your Potential Academy. Yeah! In September, I am finally launching the academy, and this is pretty much what I've been doing like every single day. I've been working on the content and making sure that everything is perfect, and yeah, I'm trying to keep up also with like the social media of it all, you know, trying to still be present on TikTok, trying to still upload the podcast, because the UNYP and the manifestation blueprint, which will be kind of like the manifestation formula, right, that I've used in my life and that I'm sharing with people, this is taking a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. But I'm still trying to stay like balanced. I don't think I'm a fan of like the hustle culture. I like to take a nap. I like a nap. I like to breathe. So I'm trying to balance still being present on the socials, on the social medias, and creating an amazing, an amazing community, because I want the academy to be like a community of like-minded people who like inspire one another, and we support one another on our journey, personal growth, financial success, everything that you want to achieve. Because I realize that my TikTok comments, I have the best TikTok comments. I have the best people following me, sending me emails, sending me messages, asking me questions. Like, I've never had anything negative. Really, no one was ever mean to me on the internet, and I feel even like people supporting one another in my comments. When people are asking questions, and even before I got to the question, someone else already has answered, or giving advice, giving support, wishing that it's just, I love it so much, and I want a place that is like outside of TikTok, where we're just supporting one another and helping one another while learning about personal growth, while learning about manifestation and mindset and how to reprogram your subconscious mind, right? Because this is the thing that I did in my little life. I had to completely reprogram my subconscious and rewire my brain and change the way I think about love, money, self-worth, and happiness, etc. I have to completely change the way I do that. I did that in order to have the life of my dream, and it takes repetition and practices. There's the same way you've absorbed all those negative beliefs about money, about yourself, and all of that. That's the same way you need to work to unlearn that, right? And so I'm going to put all of that in the UNYP Academy. And even for me, right, it will be one place where I can really talk about that every day, without necessarily the pressure of social media, and where I could really dive into all that knowledge, all that practice, and talk to people who are really interested about it. Because on TikTok, there's only so much you can do in a 1-minute video. Like, I'm trying to keep my videos under 2 minutes because attention span. I'm trying to give like the knowledge and the key information that I want to share with people under 2 minutes. But sometimes you need nuance. Sometimes you need more time to explain and to talk about something, right? So this is really what I want to do with the UNYP Academy, and all the modules that I'm gonna put there, and all the resources. I'm gonna record guided meditations, sleep tracks, visualization sessions, affirmations, like all of this. I'm gonna record everything and put there all at once, because I still don't understand why people like my voice. It's not my favorite thing, but people like my voice apparently. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna put that voice to work and record a bunch of things that and it record a bunch of things that worked for me, but also in the way that I think are more efficient. So a guided meditation, EFT tapping prompts, like all this stuff. I'm gonna record all of that, write all of that down, and put everything in the UNYP Academy. And it will be an academy about personal growth and financial success. So that's what I've been doing, and it's the first business endeavors, like the first project that I'm doing where I really feel like when I work on the UNYP, I feel good. Like it feels, like I smile just thinking about it, just talking about it. It just feels good to sit down and put all of that knowledge on paper, quote unquote. It's not really on paper, when I think about the way I want to share that with people, to teach that to people, it feels very much aligned, and I have a good feeling about this, and I'm happy that I finally get, the courage and the chance really to do all of that. I'm so happy when my little video resonate with people. It's crazy to me that people understand what I'm saying and people like resonate and they agree, or they can take something out of my videos. And it kind of, this is where I took the idea for this podcast, which is, how do you know that you're doing the right thing, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. How to know that it is the right decision, that you are doing the right thing, that you are on the right path, etc., etc. Because there is a way to know, but I feel like it's a question that we often, it's not necessarily a question, but it's an interrogation that we often have. Like, how do I know that this is the right decision for me? How do I know that this is the right job, the right person, the right path to take? And the answer is your emotional guidance system. Period. End of the episode. Thank you very much. No, I'm kidding. Your emotions. Oh my god, my ADHD brain. I'm rewatching Community, which was one of my comfort show, and it's the episode where Troy is taking acting classes, and there's this moment where he goes, my emotions, and so every single time I say emotions, I have like this visual of him screaming that in the acting class. But yeah, your emotions will tell you when something is great, when something is not great. And the thing is, we are being trained, we are being raised, we are being almost brainwashed, even though it's a strong word, to not listen to these emotions, to listen to everything but your emotions, to listen to the outside world, to listen to outside influences, to listen to ChatGPT and Google and TikTok first, and kind of ignore those emotions that you have. But your emotion is one of the most powerful things that you have. It's your GPS, it's your emotion, it's your guidance system. If you want guidance in this world, don't ask Google, don't ask people, don't ask the world, ask yourself. Turn inwards and ask yourself, trust yourself. And it is a practice, it is something that you must learn or relearn how to do if throughout your life, throughout your experience, you've disconnected from that. It's like taking a U-turn and going back to self, right? You need to redo the road in the opposite direction and going back towards yourself. Does that make sense? Like making a U-turn and going back to where you came from, which is yourself, right? And it is something that we must sometime relearn, because we've unlearned and we delegated our power to outside forces. We decided to trust other people with ourselves, and that's the basis of, for example, advertising, right? And the advertising and the media industry. It's about them convincing us that they know better, and therefore we trust them and we don't trust ourselves. We don't listen to ourselves before making any decisions, right? And in order to know if something is the right thing for you, you need to ask yourself, how does it feel? How does it feel? Does it feel good or does it feel bad? If it feels good, you keep going. If it feels bad, you stop. And the thing is, at that moment, When you ask yourself, how does it feel? You must be quiet and allow the emotions, allow the feelings to come up and to unfold themselves in front of you. And then you have to trust it. Trust yourself. Trust the feeling. Don't second guess it over and over. When you ask anything to your gut, you will have an answer. Like, you're never truly fully disconnected from this thing that you have, from this gut, from this intuition, from these emotions that you have. You're never truly disconnected. You can be far from it because they whisper, right? They don't shout. Your emotions, your gut, your intuition, all of these internal forces that you have, they don't shout, except when they have to, when you are in danger, right? But they whisper. So you might be far from it, but you're never truly disconnected. And the thing is, you must learn how to quiet it down through meditation, through mindfulness, through actual silence, right? By stop listening to outside voices, stop the social media, stop the scrolling, stop listening to the tarot readers on TikTok, etc., etc. Quiet down and listen to your feelings, to your emotions. This is your emotions. They have all the answers that you're looking for. They will tell you, they will answer you if something is right, something is wrong, they will tell you, right? And that is what we need to learn or to relearn how to do. And then gain trust, have confidence in yourself. If your emotions are telling you, nope, this is not good, I don't like it, then trust it and get away from that thing, or stop, or whatever you need to do in order, if it does not feel good, you leave or you stop. And this is how you know if something is good for you, and this is how you know if something is bad for you or not. And the only thing that you need to do, your only mission every single day, is to do what feels right. It feels right? Okay, keep going. That's the only thing that you need to do every single day. And it's so interesting because just saying that, it goes against so much of what we're taught, right? We are somehow led to believe that we need to struggle even a little bit every single day to make it through. That struggle and pain is necessary, right? That you can do. How many of us, we had parents telling us, oh no, you can do whatever you want, you can do anything, you can do everything that makes you happy every single day. You can't just do what makes you happy. Why not? Why not? And so this idea of just having to do what feels right goes against what we are taught, but it is actually kind of the secret and the key of it all. So you are doing the right thing when it feels right. It feels right when you are reconnecting to yourself. You are reconnecting to yourself when you are quieting down the voices and the outside, noise, right? And when you are able to truly listen to your gut and to your intuition. That's kind of the formula. And yes, it is scary. Yes, it can be counterintuitive based on our education and the way we're raised in this world, but truly and honestly, it sounds easy because it is. No one said it has to be hard. How do I know that I should quit my job? Do you want to quit your job? Does your job feel good? No? Then quit it. That's kind of easy peasy lemon squeezy. How do I know that he's the one for me or she's the one for me? Does it feel right to be around them? Yes? Okay, then they are the one for you, right? And therefore, you will never make the wrong decision if you follow that GPS. You will never take the wrong turn. I love a GPS theory, a metaphor, a GPS? Yeah, GPS. I love a GPS metaphor, right? You will never make the wrong decision if that decision comes from your gut, from your intuition, from your solar plexus. You will never make the wrong decision. And it is not saying, for example, right now you ask yourself, I don't know if it's the right move for me or you ask yourself about your relationship, is that person made for me, right? And at that very moment, it feels amazing to be with them. So you stay. It is not saying that you will get married and have 4 kids in a house with them, right? It just means that at that very moment, the right thing for you is to be with that person. It is not a promise of a happily ever after, right? Or, for example, about a job, right? It's like, oh, should I quit my job or should I stay? And you have the thought of, I actually really want to stay. I feel good at my job. I like it. I'm happy in my department. I'm happy in my field. I'm happy in my career. Okay, great. It does not mean that the next 10 years or 20 or 30 years of your life you'll spend at that job. It just means that you'll spend at that job. It just means that at that very moment, the right thing for you, the right decision is to stay. And that's why you need to stay connected to those emotions, because every day you have new emotions, you have new feelings, you have new messages that are coming out from that gut, from that emotions, right? So today you say, you know what, I love my job, I love my career, I love my department. And then in 2 months you're gonna be like, oh wait, actually I don't like it anymore, right? That is the guidance. That is guiding you, like, on your path towards your destination, towards wherever you want to go. Is that today is telling you something, tomorrow it's telling you something, the day after that it's telling you something. And every single time you just have to listen and to act on it in order to strengthen that connection with, energy, universe, source, God, however you want to call that, that big thing. It's to strengthen that connection with yourself and with the universe or God or whatever. But please, I hear a lot of people talking about, control your emotions, control your emotions, control your emotions. Yeah, okay, that's great. But before controlling your emotions, are you connected to your emotions though? Are you able to listen? Are you able to allow your emotion to speak? It's great to control. We have this obsession with control. My God, don't we love to control things and people that are out of our control? It's great to control. Okay, great. But are you able to listen? Are you able to make room for your emotions actually to talk to you, to whisper, to give you the answer? Are you able to actually make room? Something that I realized, I don't know, I haven't pinpointed why exactly, but I used to have trouble allowing space for my emotions, regardless of the emotions, right? I would have trouble allowing happiness to completely overtake me, to be fully happy out loud, laughing out loud, and really expressing happiness. I would feel almost bad or uncomfortable, being fearful of bothering people. I haven't pinpointed why, but I realized that, for example, when I would be in a room with people, I would laugh in silence, which is weird. Everyone is laughing out loud, and I would make noise while laughing. I wouldn't allow the emotion of happiness to fully, overtake me and really fully leave and express itself through every cell of my body. Why not? And so, are you truly allowing your emotions to speak for themselves, and are you able to listen to them? It's great to want to control them, but first reconnect. First, come back to self, to yourself. That's when I say come back to self, I mean come back to yourself, your inner self. And how do you do that, you ask? Silence. Meditate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, an hour. Start your meditation journey. Start to quiet it down. And my heart kind of aches when I hear people saying that they cannot stay alone with their thoughts, because that means that you're not connected. If you're not connected to your thoughts, you're not connected to your emotions, and you are not driving your life is driving you. in a position where you can listen to your thoughts, observe your thoughts, and understand your thoughts, and therefore direct your thoughts, give them a direction, thinking negative or thinking positive, your life is driving you. You're not driving your life, baby. You're not in the driver's seat whatsoever if you are unable to direct your thoughts and observe your thoughts and control your thoughts, quote unquote. I know I just talked a whole like spiel about controlling, but control your thoughts, quote unquote. And in my opinion, it should not be a scary thought. It should not be an uncomfortable thing to observe your thought. And meditation is not about, actually, you know what? Let me rephrase. Let me use the correct verbiage. Meditation is not about quieting down your thoughts. It's not about being quiet up there. I don't think anyone has ever been quiet up there for longer than 2.5 seconds, right? That's not the goal. The goal is to observe. You sit down with your little beautiful eyes closed for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You put a little timer on, all right? And you just observe your thoughts. I like to compare that to, well, I don't know for you, but me, for example, when I was in, is that école primaire, primary school? I don't know, when you were a kid, when you were a little baby, right? You finish school at what, like 4, 5 p.m.? I don't know, it's been a while, but when you finish school and when school is done and you have all those kids that are like coming out of the gates, and you have this wave of kids coming out, right, and running towards their parents. For me, meditation is like being one of the parents in front of the gate at like 4 p.m., for example, and every kid represent one of your thoughts, and you're just standing there just observing the kids coming out. Like the school is your brain, the kids represent your thoughts, and you have hundreds of thoughts by the second, right? Well, you're just the parent observing. You're not running after each kid that you see. I hope not, right? And even if it's your kid, even if it's a kid that you're not running after it, you're not trying to catch it and to hold it and to observe it and to, play with it. No, you're just there. And I really have that visual. I grew up in the Caribbean, right? I really have that visual of like my parents just standing there and just looking around, observing the kid, observing the other parent, observing the school. And this is for me kind of the metaphor. I hope it makes sense. In my brain it makes sense, but kind of the metaphor for meditation. You don't try to like shoot your thoughts down, quiet your thoughts down. Don't try to like shoot a kid or make the kid quiet. No. And that's what I mean by quieting down, but not by making quiet, but maybe reducing the volume, because you're not engaging with the thought. You're not, you're trying your best not to engage with the thought. You might, right? And that's the exercise of meditation, is to always come back to your breathing. Right? Always come back to yourself. You're going to be there sitting with your eyes closed, and then you're going to be like, shit, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do, oh my God, I forgot to enter. And at that moment, when you feel like you are engaging with the thought, you have to be like, oh, I'm coming back to my breathing. And you come back to your breathing, right? And this is how you learn to reconnect to your emotions. And allow yourself to sit down without looking at your phone for 5-10 minutes, right? Not just 30 seconds and then going back to scrolling. You sit down for 5-10 minutes and you ask yourself, how do I feel? And you stay quiet and you try to see what's coming up, what's not coming up. How do I feel? Don't put any pressure on yourself to feel anything, to think about anything, but get in the habit and the practice of connecting with yourself. Pretty please. In the UNYP Academy, it's going to be a big part of like the teachings and the lessons, because reprogramming your subconscious means, first of all, being able to observe your thoughts, being able to understand your sets of belief, which is why we're going to start by what I call a brain dump, where we're going to put all those thoughts on paper so you can finally, get out of this like autopilot mode in which you are. and really assess your current position and your current sets of belief. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about money? What do you believe about, all of that? Because it's really important to be able to observe all of that and be like, okay, this is my programming. In order to reprogram the subconscious, what is your current matrix? What is your current program? I'm not a computer girl, but software, is that how you call it? No. Système d'exploitation. That's how you call it in French. Figure it out. But that's a whole work of reprogramming your subconscious mind. First, you need to figure out what is your current, where do you stand right now? And that reconnection to self is, for me, extremely important, because I realized that I was living on autopilot. I was living completely disconnected from my gut, from my intuition. I was trusting external forces and external noises more than I was trusting me. I was delegating my power. I was letting other people decide what was good, what was better for me. Baby girl, nobody, listen to me. No one knows what's better for you than you. You hold the power over your life. You know better what is best for you, what is made for you, what is not made for you. You know better. There are countless of even well-intentioned people with the best intentions. Even with me, with my UNYP Academy, right? Like, the call is coming from inside the house. Me with my podcast, me with my TikToks, etc., etc. Still, you decide and you know better, right? I cannot make the decision. You shall never let anyone make decisions for you. They won't be able to, because we do not have access to we do not have access, and we do not have necessarily the capacity to understand your desires and your feelings, except if you clearly explain them. But the world does not have access to your deep desires and your deep feelings. Therefore, the world cannot know. That is something that is key, that is important in everything that you do, in everything that you think, in everything that you start, whatever. Baby girl, no one else knows better than you. No advertising agency, no coach, no whatever. You know. And you must always act according to those desires, according to those feelings. And always, coming back to the same thing on how to know that your desires are yours and your feelings are yours. Well, you reconnect to yourself. So if something feels like it's the right thing, then it is the right thing. And I know it sounds very easy, but it's because we like to overcomplicate stuff. We like to make things way more complex than what they are. And we like to make people believe that things has to be hard. Like I said, one of my TikTok made a lot of views when I was like, you can decide when something is easy. Things don't have to be hard if you don't want them to be hard. Okay, so whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you think, whatever it is that you plan on doing, just know that you have the answer. Build trust with yourself, build a solid relationship with yourself, and listen to those emotions that you have, because you know better, and because all the answer, I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. All the answers that you are looking for right now, all the answers that you've been looking for a very long time are within you. What is maybe preventing you from accessing those answers, from allowing those answers to come to you, is the fact that you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. You still think that Google know better, that the world knows better. The world does not know shit. The world does not know anything. You know better. That job, if you want to stay in it, you stay in it. That relationship, if you want to live it, you live it. You must understand this metaphor of GPS. Your emotions are your GPS. You must, before trying to control your emotion, trying to push it down and not feel anything. My God, if you don't feel anything, That is a very sad life if you don't feel things. If you are teaching yourself to not feel things, that is a very sad life. I don't wish that on anyone. Right? And if you have that vision for yourself, if you have those ambitions for yourself, you need to know, just like a GPS. You know, when you're using a GPS, you need two things. You need your starting point and you need your destination. And that's the only two information that the GPS is asking you when you want to go somewhere, right? Life works the exact same way. In life, if you want to manifest your dream life, you just need two things. Your starting point, you just need to know two things, your starting point and your destination. Then life takes, just like a GPS, just like Google Maps, life takes on the role and the part of figuring out the itinerary and figuring out the quickest route for you to reach your destination, just like a freaking GPS. You just need to assess where you are right now in relation to that vision of yourself. If you want money, what is your relationship to money right now? How do you feel about abundance, about wealth? What are your sets of belief? What is your subconscious programming when it comes to money? Assess that. This is your starting point. This is you in the present right now, and assess where you want to be. You want to be wealthy. You want to be rich. You want that amount on your bank account every week or every month, whatever the case may be. You figure those two things out, and then the universe will calculate the quickest route to get you there. And at every point, you need to stay in touch with your current position. That is all. I told you I love a GPS metaphor. They're gonna keep on coming, right? And this is how you know that you're doing the right thing, by connecting to that starting point, to that like geolocalization point where you are right now. Connect to those emotions, connect to those feelings, and follow the path that is carved in front of you, and have the gut, have the audacity, have the courage to listen to those emotions, to act on them. We are highly intuitive beings. However, we are also really scared people, because we're scared of acting on what we think is right. We know the answer, but we don't act on it. What do you expect then? Right? So, yeah, that was something that I wanted to talk about today, because it's really resonating with me now that I am crafting the UNYP, because it feels right. That's why, and it just, everything flows. It just feels right. It just feels good. That's why every single day I love working on it. You know, I'm crafting. I'm towards the end now. Obviously, it's gonna launch soon, but I loved the entire journey of crafting this UNYP and this Unleash Your Potential Academy and this manifestation. But I loved it. It just feels right. And so I feel like it was on my soul, on my spirit, on my heart to talk about that. When do you know that it's the right thing? How to know that it is the right thing, that you're making the right decision? You reconnect to yourself. You listen to your emotions. How do you do that? You quiet your mind. You allow your emotion to speak to you, and you listen to the whispers of your soul. Look at me being a poet. You listen to the, what did I say? You listen to the whispers of your soul. God damn it. Anyway, it's been over 30 minutes, I think. I feel like it's been over 30 minutes already. So, yeah, tell me what you think about that episode. Any thoughts? A Sit With Me podcast@gmail.com. If you want more information about the UNYP, the Unleash Your Potential Academy, you can go on Instagram, Solène all caps, or TikTok, Solène all caps. Like in my bio, I put the various, all the content. I kind of, how can I say that? Like I put everything that will be in the academy, all the information. I need to put like my marketing cap on. Yeah, so you can figure that out, check that out. If you click on one of the link in my bio that says UNYP Academy. Yeah, take care of yourself, listen to yourself, love yourself unapologetically, forcibly. Because by loving yourself, you love everyone else, and by loving ourselves, we are helping the world, making a better place. I don't know why I just said that. It just came to me, so I said it. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Take a little nap today, drink your water, and I see you next week. All right? I love you dearly. Bisous, bye.